Hi everyone, Nikki here. So you may or may not know, but I've been running a membership site for the last 2.5 months, and it has revolutionized my work habits and also given me a real insight into some of the bad habits that many creative industries and people working in them are in. So we were having a really great discussion this morning. So every week we meet and we plan our week together in a little community. And in between doing that, we also talk about what's going on. And the common thing that people talked about is the stress in the creative industries, the film industry, the fashion industry, the music industry. And the habit that many of us get into is like leaving things late and then panicking at the last minute, and then everything being really like full octane, full adrenaline, and changing things at the last minute. So everything feels really, really hectic. And the reason why that is not a great way to be is because it doesn't actually really boost our creativity. Like that kind of level of stress is adrenaline and cortisol, two aspects that will really be detrimental to our health in the long term. But we get hooked on cortisol, which is the stress hormone. We get addicted to it, and then we get used to living like that. So we get into cycles where we're just constantly going into these stressful cycles. And I've been there and I've done that, and I used to think it was like brilliant, I used to like working in this really high octane way, but over the years I've realized it's just damaging. It's exhausting. We end up burning out. We end up feeling knackered, exhausted, unconfident, because our energies are just all over the place. We're not on a sort of nice, calm, way of being where we can think clearly. It's just not healthy for us. So there are 3 things that I have been practicing, and all of my group have been practicing, and it's made a massive difference to all of them. We've all talked about how we just feel so much better. So the first one is regular planning, and that is about every week taking a few minutes just to plan out what you need to do that week. What are your absolute priorities? Just a few minutes makes a massive impact to how your week is. So if you've decided, right, I'm going to do that on Wednesday and that on Thursday, you don't worry about that task you've put for Thursday anymore. If you don't write it down, those open loops are in your mind, and your energy is dissipated because you're thinking about all these different things that you need to do. If you've scheduled it in, you don't think about it, and then you can just focus on that one piece of work that you've put in for that moment that you're looking at that day. It's a really, really big and useful thing to do. Very, very useful. So plan your week, plan your month, plan your day, and see the benefits. The second thing is making sure you take time out to relax. There is so much evidence that the brain doesn't function well if you power through things when you're feeling tired and overwhelmed. If you force yourself to keep going, you're just going to do more damage, and you're not going to do your best work. The best thing to do, if you're not being able to focus, just go for a walk, chill, take some time just to stare out the window and relax. It's so good for you. If you're procrastinating because you're avoiding something, that's a different matter. But if you're pushing yourself too hard, it's really important that you plan in and make sure you have time to rest. That gives your energy a chance to get back to center. It gives your mind a time to sort of relax again. So if you do any muscle exercise, if you go to the gym and you just pumped up your muscles the whole time without the relaxing in between, you damage yourself. And it's just the same for the brain. It's important for this part of the brain, the prefrontal cortex, to take time out, chill, relax. It's very, very good. And often your best creativity will pop up in those times of relaxation. So that is important. And the final thing, we all talked about this morning, is to prioritize what's really important. I feel that many of us get caught in the trap either of just saying yes, yes, yes to work that comes our way, or we say yes to other people's priorities, And it's so important to go, what are my priorities? So if you imagine going to the end of your life, think about the end of your life and looking backwards. Are you living the life that most aligns with your values? What's deeply important to you? Are you putting your own expressions at the center? Are you prioritizing the really important relationships in your life? Make time for those things, people, please. So important for your health, for your well-being, and it will help you to get where you want to go. So they're my 3 things. And actually, there's one other thing. We looked at habits last week and we talked about 1% improvements. Instead of trying to go from 1 to 100 overnight, think of just 1% improvement all the time in the direction that's most important for you. All right. And also, of course, be in community. If you want to join my community, I'll be opening the doors again next month. At the moment, we're kind of finishing off a 3-month burst. And on the 30th of March, I'll be doing a free training again. So mark that on your diaries. That's at 6 p.m. UK time. So that's 30th of March. I'll be doing a free training and I'll be opening the doors again for my April intake. So if you want to be part of that, do come along to that. All right. But anyway, that's all from me. Lots of love to you and speak to you soon. Bye.